what have you found to be the biggest difference? It could be a challenge, either a challenging difference or an opportunity difference, doing business with Israeli customers versus going out globally and doing business internationally. What's like the biggest thing you've had to shift in that transition?
I think there are quite a few things, by the way. The first of all is that the Israeli market has matured quite a bit. So if you go back 5 to 10 years, it would have been really easy to say, oh, you have Israeli customers, they're probably your friends installing you or whatever. If we go back to the statement about the Israeli ecosystem, it's very small and everyone knows everyone, right? So you get introduced to a lot of people, and a lot of people try to help because they understand how hard it is, and they understand that people help them, so they're happy to help. And so they do give you the opportunity, but you have to prove yourself, because these are companies of the largest scale. So if you look at what we have here in Israel, you've got things like Snake, AppsFlyer, Iron Source, Intel. If we look at Mobileye alone, besides Intel, that's another $15 billion company, right? So you have this huge amount of companies who are valued way over $1 billion. And saying these are your customers is not a bad thing anymore. It's very meaningful. We have Wix in Israel. Waze came out of here, and their R&D is still in Israel. So if you sell to these companies, you know that you can sell to the digital native companies of the world, because the best of the best are also here. Mm-hmm. And so having Israelis as design partners doesn't mean I have my friends installing me somewhere anymore. Yeah. And this is a super important part about your maturity of the product maturity when you go to the States. Because when you come to the States, you have probably one shot with each customer that you talk to. You have one shot to impress them. You have one shot to get them to install you and try you out. So you want to make sure that your product is ready. But the lessons that you've been given and the amount of times that you were allowed to fail in Israel really get you ready to do that in the States. And I think we owe a huge amount to the Israeli ecosystem in that sense.